Every time the NBA doubts LeBron James, he doesn't just respond. He goes nuclear. Down 3-1, written off, legacy on the line. That's when he's at his most dangerous. And the crazy part is, after 23 years, it's still happening. So if you're gonna doubt him, you better be ready for what comes next. 2023 playoffs. The Memphis Grizzlies are on a high, and after being tied 1-1, Dillon Brooks makes the smart idea to poke LeBron, saying he's washed. What happened next? Oh ho hum. LeBron James just ended the Memphis Grizzlies, and they ended up winning that series 4-1. And guess who was the primary defender on LeBron James? Yeah, the self-same Dillon Brooks. LeBron owned this guy so bad, he was pointing at him during the game while dropping 50 on his head. In fact, the beatdown was so severe that Memphis let go of Dillon Brooks right after. This is in spite of the fact that 3 months before, they were all talking about how he was the heartbeat of their team. But hey, that's what happens when you poke the bear that is LeBron James. But actually, this is hardly the first time LeBron James had heard the washed comment. That narrative was actually at an all-time high after 2018 when LeBron James moved to the Lakers, killed it, and then had to step out for the last bit of the season for his first major injury. Then coming into 2019, he was still dealing with that injury, and people were already saying he was washed. Then the COVID pandemic happened. LeBron James and the aging Lakers got a 3-month respite. But if you think LeBron James wasn't hearing all the chatter in the background, you're dead wrong. And what did he proceed to do? He went on to be, by and away, the best player on the Lakers in beating the Miami Heat. And I will die on this hill, one of the hardest championships that's ever been. And if you think I'm glazing, I'm a Miami Heat fan. It hurts me to say this. But LeBron James was the best player in the bubble, and he came away with a ring. And a large part of that is because he needed to silence the doubters, stop the wash talk, defend against the hate. But actually, by the time LeBron got to the Lakers, his skin was so thick from the armor he had built up, and he built up a lot of that armor in Miami. March 3rd, 2014. A random NBA game, non-playoffs. Why is it important? Well, this was actually in the midst of one of the craziest MVP races in NBA history with Kevin Durant and LeBron James. And it was during this time that Kevin Durant was breaking scoring record, and he was the NBA's darling while LeBron was already the villain. And so the narrative was that, oh well, LeBron's great and all that, but he can't score for shit. Kevin Durant's a way better pure scorer. And, of course, already at this time, there was the GOAT debate already forming with LeBron versus Michael. Guess what? The criticism was the exact same. Well, Michael Jordan was a way better scorer than LeBron James. LeBron's not a good scorer. He doesn't want to take the last shot. And so what did LeBron James do to silence those critics? LeBron James dropped 61 on Charlotte's head. Oh, who owned the Charlotte Bobcats at the time? Oh yeah, one Michael Jeffrey Jordan. LeBron James did it on 33 shots, making 22 of them, ending the night on 70% field goal efficiency, which is still to this day a Miami Heat franchise record. So not only did LeBron get mad and show the world that in fact he could score, he showed that he could do it with the best of them in a highly efficient manner. Jordan's team, while going against Kevin Durant in the MVP race, is honestly a legendary touch. Very, very done, LeBron. But actually, it was an event before this that propelled LeBron's greatness in Miami. And I honestly believe this is the most important performance in the career of LeBron James.
You feel you can break LeBron at this point?
We broke LeBron.
In game 5.
So get your ass out of here with that, right?
You're not beating Boston in Boston on Thursday. Now, I can't see it.
It's just the end of the big three. This could be it.
I'm not picking them to win Thursday night. I'm not doing it.
I don't think he'd have a chance.
2012 Eastern Conference Finals. down 3-2 to those pesky Boston Celtics. And this is a year removed from, even I'll say it, the biggest choke in NBA history when they lost to the Mavs in the finals. What people do not realize about this time, y'all forget that going into that game 6, people were calling for everyone's heads. They were saying, oh, if Miami doesn't win, this was an abject failure. If Miami doesn't win, trade Chris Bosh. If Miami doesn't win, Eric Spoelstra has to get the can. There was all of this. And guess what the loudest noise was? If Miami can't beat Boston, LeBron's legacy is forever shit. Oh, and let's add on the layer that they had to win Game 6 away from home at the Boston Garden, the site where LeBron supposedly quit on his Cleveland Cavaliers. But while I don't think he quit, this was the scene where he realized he had to leave Cleveland. So there was all these narratives there. There was still Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Rajon Rondo and Ray Allen going at the Heat. And these guys were nemesis. They were causing nightmares. For those of us who remember, every last chip was on the line that day. And LeBron James went into Terminator mode. I have never seen a performance like that to this day. This was LeBron's flu game. It really was. 45 points. Highly efficient. Terminator homing missile. He wasn't passing. He wasn't looking. He was gonna go down with the ship. And this was a career-defining moment for LeBron Raymond James. This showed that he did in fact have the legendary grit and guts that all the greatest players before had also carried. There were some doubts leading up until this point, but when all the chips were in the middle, LeBron James rose to the top, took my Heat on his back, and led us to the promised land. Y'all can criticize him all you want for joining Dwayne Wade and Bosh, but the truth of the matter is, we needed every single last bit of prime LeBron James to go anywhere. Dwayne Wade knew it, and so did the rest of us. And if it wasn't for his Game 6 performance in Boston, who knows where we might be. All of us. Wade, Spoelstra, LeBron himself. But if I'm saying this is the flu game, why is it not the most important performance of his career? And this actually speaks to his greatness. Because there is actually one performance or set of performances in a period of time that is even better than this comeback against the Boston Celtics. And that, my friends, is the greatest comeback in NBA Finals history. He gets smacked in between the legs by Draymond Green for no good reason. Then Klay Thompson takes a shot at him in the post game.
Did you say Clay said?
Clay said, I guess he just got his feelings hurt.
Oh my goodness. I'm not going to comment on what Clay said because it's so hard to take the high road.
That LeBron was already sore from having lost the finals the year before to the Warriors, combined with the insane amounts of disrespect that he was having. LeBron turned in what I believe is the greatest finals performance in NBA history, outside of maybe Dwayne Wade against the Mavericks and Michael Jordan against, I don't know, any Michael Jordan finals performance, truthfully. What he and Kyrie Irving did to the Warriors in coming back is nothing short of miraculous. And it was the craziest explosion that we might ever see. Think about this. LeBron James led both teams in all 5 categories: points, rebounds, assists, blocks, and steals. And oh yeah, it's not like he was scoring 10 or 15 points. No, he was averaging over 40, all the while being the main offensive option. Yes, he had an incredible Robin in Kyrie Irving, and they do not win without Kyrie Irving being an incredible clutch player. However, this was LeBron's ascension into legendary status. No matter what you think about him, no matter if you like him or think that he has a fraudulent championship in the bubble, You think his time with the Heatles was fraudulent. It doesn't matter. What can you possibly say about the 2016 finals? Oh, it was a stimulus package. Why? Because Draymond Green wasn't there? Dude, come on, man. People acting like Steph Curry got suspended for what? No, Draymond Green got suspended for a real reason. You don't get to punch a man between the legs, especially if it's not LeBron James in the NBA Finals. I can't believe anyone thinks that that was unreasonable. It wasn't. And if you're a Warriors fan, don't be mad at the refs. Be mad at your team for choking. But then again, when LeBron James turns into Thanos, it's that damn hard to stop him.